Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome back to some more Bloodborne the Board Game. This is Mergo's Loft Part 2. So in Part 1, of course, we checked out the brand new enemies. Mergo's chief, her attending, the chief attending, as well as the boss, the wet nurse. In this video, we're going to look over the campaign deck for Birth of Madness. So if you want to know what's in this campaign, kind of an idea if it's something you might be worth playing, because this is a Kickstarter exclusive expansion. Might be worth seeing like some of the mechanics that are coming through, some of the things you might have to deal with. You can definitely stay and check this out. If not, hey, see you guys in the next video. Go check out these regular unboxings. We're also going to find out how the Wet Nurse's Luminary fits into the game, as well as Mergo's Loft, which has the really cool mechanic of enemies and hunters staggered on a pit space, so we have one in each corner, are slain. So I do like that as a little mechanic. I did say in the other video, I wish that they had some of those things like on regular tiles. That'd be kind of cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and hop into the Birth of Madness. So there's no extra other cards or other extra rewards or anything that go with this. Alright, so for Chapter 1 setup, we're going to have Hunter's Mob, 2 random enemies, excluding the Mergo's attendants. So they'll be kind of set aside, and they will come in later. I do kind of like this. They did this in some of the campaigns, where they're not just forcing you to only use the guys from the expansion. Because also, like, random enemies, I think, makes the game really fun. Because yes, it might not thematically make sense to add something from one of the other expansions, but it is fun to let you replay it more than once. So here in Chapter 2, now we're just playing the two of them with one random enemy. And then some special rules. We're going to look at those 2 cards. There's the back side of that one. And for setup 3, basically the same thing. Some different setup rules. Alright, and there are 52 cards in this one. So let's see what we have. The Birth of Madness. We have to collect some insights. And here's how we're going to do that. Just spawn some attendants and defeat them. Some more Birth of Madness. Herald. Place 1 insight on his card. Keep attendant with slain instead remove 1 token. Each time Mergo keeps attendant activates, spawn 1 Mergo attendant on space, do not respawn. Oh boy. So yeah, we get have some more guys come out. Entering the Nightmare. There's some blood echoes. That's always cool. Those in need. Find a sedative. Some more stuff for those in need. Otherworldly influence. Profane harvest. Get some more insights. We have place 1 insight token celestial child on that space. You have to fight a Celestial Child, which is right here. Celestial Child has 1 HP. Anytime an enemy, 1 space of Celestial Child, including itself, flips an ability or special, they also block for 2. Child's only attack is basic. When basic is flipped, basic horrific cries. At fast speed, does 1 damage. Friends who cannot be got target all hunters in 2 spaces. I like this. This is kind of a fun idea, right? Is they have little tokens that come up and be enemies that can appear, and they didn't make regular ones because they're either very thematic to the campaign, or just because like this has a special ability. Of all of a sudden you have one guy who only comes out and does basic attacks. This is a not terrible basic attack, but it's not superly overpowered or interesting either. Yeah, it would be very kind of be like, man, I'm probably not going to use that as a random enemy. But yeah, the fact is you can have actual guys do this. Now, this would have been something I would have loved instead of just doing an insight token. I wish they would have just included a actual token for this card. But I could see 2 reasons not to. 1, obviously, because then now you have 1 extra token you have to kind of keep track of throughout all the games. For possibly this might be the only time it's summoned is this 1 campaign. And 2, because maybe they didn't want to do it for spoiler reasons, right? Because then someone would be like, wait, what's this token for? But it's a possibility. Profane Visions, Unknowing Motives, Exiting the Waking World, Mergo's Loft. Place the Mergo Loft tile. Hunters do not begin the game on a central lamp. Instead of the Mergo's Loft land space, only respawn on that space. So now we have the lower level. Populate the tile is shown above instead of the usual enemy spawns. Mergo's attendants spawned on those spaces. Cool. So yeah, that's kind of neat that they have a way for you, like, to redo the stuff. And this should have been a neat thing for even, like, other campaigns. I haven't seen this yet, but just some campaigns will be like, oh, place, if this, like, one of the tiles you have to place, like, right? Place this tile, spawn something specific, right? That's kind of cool. The tower, ascending the tower. Access to the tower, so move all hunters to the central lamp. Hunters may not access Mergo's Loft tile until they have collected at least 2 insights. Ascending the tower again. A bunch more there. Spawn a random NPC enemy. I don't think there's any of those in the expansions, though. Which would have been kind of another neat thing to do, is add some more of those. Access in the upper levels. We have some fanatics we're going to have to fight. The fanatical zeal. Hunter mob would be slain. Instead, remove 1 token heal. Replace its special with zealous feather. So speed, 1 damage. Frenzy. This attack gains 1 speed and 1 damage for every blood damage on this enemy. I do like these upgrade cards to characters. They're really cool. Slay the followers. Servants of the enemy. Tribute to the blood moon. The barred window. In need of aid. In need of aid again. Attendance horde. During the enemy's activation, make a number of bonus activations equal to the remaining token on this card. During this activation, it always moves towards and attacks the hunter with the survivor token. Interesting. Some different game caters. The Chosen. Mergo's Loft. Taken place in Mergo's Loft tile within player all reach. So that's start on that one as well. So then we have the other setup for that one. So again, that's cool. So you have 2 different setups for the same tile. Now populate this at the beginning of the hunt. On the first spawn, populate this tile as shown above. So depending on when you access this, you might either get it right away or you might have a couple of turns to do stuff. Interesting. Ascending the tower. The tower. Replace Mergo's Loft with Wet Nurse's Luminary tile. Hunters can only respawn in the Luminary. Unless the hunters have gained at least 2 insight, this chapter, their hand size is reduced to 2. Unless hunters have gained at least 1 insight chapter, their attacks and dodges suffer 1. Ooh, interesting. So I wonder if that's like the other space, like you have to wait till that hunt starts and you have to fight some of them enemies. If you decide to be like, no, we're just going to move across the board and just exit, then you might have to suffer penalties for not staying and fighting stuff. Nightmare Slaying. We have Gaining Favor. Interesting. So we have some options there. Undying. NPC enemy immediately spawns. Gain bonus actions. Cool. More Gaining Favor. Proving Dedication. Further Tributes. Defiling the Chapel. Odian Defiled. Osefka's Clinic. New Births. The Celestial Child. You have another Celestial Child which has horrific cries. Silencing the Cries. The Chosen, and Chosen Vessel. Following the Nurse's Luminary, hunters may discard 1 insight token on attack, gain 1 speed and +1, or block 2. Oh, that's kind of neat. So instead of giving you, instead of just giving you bonus rewards, it's giving you bonuses for the boss fight. That is kind of cool as well. Alright, so that's what we have for the Birth of Magnus. So yeah, very interesting thing. Like, I like the Mergo's Loft idea where you have 2 different setups for it. The boss fight could be interesting. These attendants are always running around, constantly spawning each other. So they're going to be kind of a nuisance throughout the game. So it's almost like playing like a extended version of the regular modes, but now you have these extra enemies that keep popping in and trying to attack you all the time. Which could be very interesting. I do again wish the pit mechanic we'll take a look at that quick. I do wish this was on other tiles. I think that'd be a fun thing. Like, if it would have even came with, like, even if this was the only one it came with, right? And it came with, like, 2 extra tiles, you could have added the Yharnam just somewhere in there that had pits in there. I know you couldn't really have a tile that you placed on the board because every spot has different things and it might not have always lined up. But that would have been kind of neat if you had, like a cliff edge, for example. Like, oh, here you're next to the cliff edge. Or added, like, an updated version of, like, the bridge with this mechanic, right? Hey, if you're on the bridge and you get staggered, you could get knocked off. That could be, some interesting ideas there just to play around with, like, hey, you can get knocked off cliffs in that game or knocked down a hole. Like an edge of the board would have been kind of neat. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. It's always stuff that if you ever want to make customizing things, or have some interesting ideas. Alright, so that's what we have for Mergo's Loft for the Bloodborne game. So, hope you guys enjoy watching this. Check out all the rest of the Bloodborne stuff. See you guys later. Bye.